Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. People often ask me about the relationship between narcissists and the use of narcotics. I have, of course, created a video and spoken about the relationship between narcissists and alcohol, and if you haven't accessed that already, please do so, as you will learn more about how alcohol influences the narcissist's behavior in ways that you would not have realized, and the reasons for the relationship between narcissists and excessive consumption and abuse of alcohol. In a similar vein, people have asked me to speak about the relationship between narcissists and drugs. Why do narcissists take drugs? How does it feel for the narcissist to do so? Why do some narcissists have an addiction to drugs? What does the narcissist use the drugs for? What purpose does it serve within the fuel matrix for a narcissist to take these drugs? Why is it that some narcissists are habitual drug takers and others don't bother with it? I will be providing you with a video shortly which addresses all of these questions, amongst other things. However, before I do so, I thought that it would be advantageous to open the floor up to all of you so that you can ask me the questions that you have appertaining to the issues surrounding narcissists and their use of narcotics, so that when I do create the video, which is partially undertaken already, I can also address the burning questions that you have, and therefore kill two birds with one stone. I can convey to you the information as it stands, created from my perspective, but I can also address the questions that you have about this dynamic. Accordingly, in order to capture them, please do ask your questions in the comments section below this particular video in advance of the detailed video being released in a day or two. Please ensure that your questions are confined to questions of principle, if you will, on a generic basis. If you have very specific circumstances appertaining to your own experience, for instance, your question would be, HG, the narcissist that I was with, he did this and then he did that. Sometimes he would take these drugs, other times he would not. And then he would treat me in this particular manner. That requires a bespoke response because there are so many variables within it, and such questions aren't for the preserve of the comments section. The reason being is that I pride myself on the accuracy of the information that I provide to you, and where it's bespoke to your situation, then of course you need a bespoke solution, and that's what the consultation's there for. The difficulty is that if you ask me a question about your own personal circumstances vis-à-vis the narcissist, you will invariably not give me enough information. I will have further questions of you, and therefore the comment section isn't the most appropriate way to deal with it. I don't want to give you half-baked answers. I don't want to try and estimate the answer for you when you haven't provided all of the information that I need. And that's why I direct anybody, when they ask a detailed question about their circumstances, to use the consultations. That is why they were created. But if you have a question which would be applicable to the whole dynamic, so just for instance, you might ask, what does the narcissist feel when they use drugs? Then in those circumstances, that is a question that can be answered in the forthcoming video. Why are some narcissists secretive about their drug use? Why are other narcissists not bothered that people know about it? How is it that some narcissists can function whilst having a drug habit and others cannot? It's those type of questions that I'm looking for, that I can answer in a all-encompassing manner, and therefore provide the answers to as many people as possible within the confines of a video. Think of it as you will as going to see the doctor, and if you want to know, what is measles? What are the symptoms? What can I do about it? then, of course, one can provide you with the all-encompassing answers in that regard. But if you were to say, "Doctor, I have this rash and I have this fever, and then sometimes I have an ache, what might it be?" Well, the doctor would need more information from you, would have to undertake some kind of examination. Of course, they could provide you with a preliminary view, but you're here because you want the answers that will help you. So understand, detailed questions about your specific circumstances are what the consultations are for. More general questions pertaining to principles and strands and the fundamentals of the aspects of narcissism and narcotics, please put them in the comments section so that I can read them and then I can address them in the forthcoming video. Thank you in advance for your observations and questions. Most of my viewers are intelligent individuals of inquiring minds, and it's very useful to have your input in that regard to enable me to provide you with the unrivaled answers. Thank you.